This is homework help for number 10 on 9-6. All right, so reading the problem, we have Sarah standing here first, and the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. And then it says she steps back 50 meters, and then the angle of elevation is now 30 degrees. If she's 1.8 meters tall, how tall is the cliff to the nearest meter? Okay, so for this one, we do have two triangles, two right triangles. So always focus on right triangles. This 50 meters is not one of the right triangles. We're trying to use our trig function, so we have to have a right triangle. So you're going to be looking at two triangles. You're going to be looking at when she's 50 meters back, so this is 30 degrees. And then you have the smaller triangle was when she was up closer, and then you have a 60-degree angle there. And so both of these measures, though, are x degrees. So the height stays as x. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. So we're going to call that x, the height. And then we have to set up a couple of equations here, and we're going to have to use them together to solve this problem. So notice that this length right here is not 50 meters. It is 50 plus some other amount here, however far away she was from the cliff the first time, but we don't know what that is. So again, I'm going to have to apply have a variable, assign a variable to it. So I'm going to call that variable y. So this full length right here is not 50, it's going to be 50 plus y. So I'm going to write 50 plus y. And then this length would be y, because that's that extra little bit right here. So we have two variables and two equations. So again, we're going to have to set up an equation for this one, an equation from this one, and then we'll be able to set them equal to each other once we have them both solved for x or both solved for y. So let's start off with the equation for the the smaller angle here, smaller angle of elevation. So I've got the opposite side and the adjacent side, so I know I'm going to be using tangent. So I'm going to say that the tangent of 30 degrees, which we do know that, but it's going to have a radical in there. We're just going to use our calculator, okay, because we're going to be rounding anyway, is equal to x over 50 plus y. And then our second equation that we have is going to be tangent of 60 degrees this time equals x over y. Okay, so notice we can get x by itself really easily by multiplying by the denominator. So I'm going to do this one first because a lot of times we get confused with this one, but it's just the same. So to get the x by itself, I'm going to times by y because that's really y over 1. And then these y's cancel out. You just undo the division, right? Undo division by multiplying. So multiply each side by y. And so now that equation becomes just y tangent of 60 degrees is equal to x. Over here, you're going to do the exact same thing. So this is all algebra, guys. This is just algebra. So the only thing that makes this problem difficult is you got to do a little algebra. So you've had algebra. You can do it, okay? The setup is not actually hard. So, but with this, to get rid of that, you have to treat that as one number, the whole thing. You cannot split this up. This absolutely 100% does not equal x over 50 plus x over y. That makes no sense. You can't do that. If the denominator, if you have a sum in the numerator, then it's being divided by, both of those are being divided by the denominator, so then you could split it up into two fractions, but no, that's not true. That's not equal. So we're going to multiply each side by that quantity. So I'm going to actually go over to the side to do this so I have some more room. But you just have that same equation. And then I'm going to multiply again. I'm using parentheses to illustrate that it's going to be that as a full number. Okay, so you're multiplying that by both sides. And I put it over 1 over here to show you that here, treating it as a single number, yes, that factor does cancel out. Those are the same exact number, 50 plus y, a number as the whole, you're treating that as one number, will cancel out like that. You can't cancel out individually with addition, but you can look at this as 1 times 50 plus y and 1 times 50 plus y, and those will cancel out. All right, and so then you're left with, and a lot of mistake I saw people making when I was helping was not putting this in parentheses, so you would only have y times tangent of 30, and that will get you the wrong answer because it's wrong, right? It's got to be all of that times the tangent of 30. So then I'm going to come back over here and write that final answer here after you multiply each side by 50 plus y, that quantity 50 plus y. So 50 plus y quantity times tangent of 30 degrees is equal to x. All right, now we do have both of those equal to x. So we are going to set them equal to each other. Now again, this is where some algebra comes in. You've had algebra. You can do it, okay? It'll have a little bit of factoring, but not quadratic factoring, so it's going to be fine. So the first thing you need to do is we have to distribute the tangent of 30 to both of these because I need to get the y out of there because I need to get it with this y. So I'm going to distribute the tangent of 30. So I have to do tangent of 30 times 50. So it's going to be 50 times the tangent of 30 degrees plus y times the tangent of 30 degrees still equals y times the tangent of 60 degrees. Then I need to get them together. So think of these are just like terms because they both have y in them. So tangent of 30 is a number. Tangent of 60 is a number. It's going to be those numbers. So it's just like if you had just plain old, this is just an example of simplified. If you had 50 plus y times 2 equals y times 3, well, that's just like 2y and 3y, right? And you would subtract 2y from both sides to get the like terms together, and you get 1y. The only difference in this one is because I don't know, well, we do know the tangent of 30 and tangent of 60, but they're not integers, they're not as easy to work with, and they're going to be irrational numbers anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to factor out the y when we combine the like terms. So I'll show you what that looks like over here actually. So if I did subtract 2y from both sides, think of it as it's saying 3y minus 2y, and you factor out the y. So y is common in both of them, so you can factor it out, and that's why we can just look at this as 3 minus 2. Because look, now when I distribute, y times 3 is 3y, y times negative 2 is negative 2y. So that's what we're going to do over here. So I'm going to keep that on the screen, keep that in mind when we're doing this. So we're going to subtract y tangent of 30 degrees to both sides. Oops. I tried to leave you room, but I know you got some limited room. I should have given you more room for this one than the next one. All right, equals. So now it's y times the tangent of 60 degrees times y, or minus y times the tangent of 30 degrees. So again, just like I did over here, what's common between those two terms is the y. So we're factoring it out. So I've got y and y, so we're going to factor it out there. So it's going to be y times, and then it'll be the tangent of 60 degrees minus the tangent of 30 degrees. And you can always know if you're right because if you go back the other direction, you can see it's the same thing. So y times the tangent of 60, yep. Y times the tangent of 30, yep, and it's minus. Okay, so then we have that equaling 50 times the tangent of 30. So that guy's just kind of been hanging out. Now to get the y by itself, you divide by this because this is like the coefficient. Remember, that's the number. It's not like the coefficient it is, but it's just not a very nice number. So we have to divide by all of this. So do not plug it in your calculator and get an estimate. No, no, no. We're going to divide by exactly that amount. So I'm going to divide each side by that quantity. So divide by. And when we put this in your calculator, I'm going to show you an easy way to put it in your calculator so that you don't mess it up. Okay, so you're dividing by that, and remember, that's like a quantity. That's treating as one single number, that whole thing. And when I say one single number, it's like order of operations. In parentheses, we have to figure out what that number is first before we can divide by it. Okay, so now that was all the algebra, that was all the things. All we have to do is plug this in the calculator, but this will just give us y, and we're trying to solve for x, so we do have to do an additional step after this. But okay, when you plug this into your calculator, you're going to do 50 tangent of 30, enter. Just hit enter. Then divide, parenthesis, tangent of 60, make sure you close the parenthesis, minus tangent of 30. End your parentheses. That will do it. You can put it in all at once, but I like to put the numerator in, hit enter, and then when it puts A and S in your calculator, that means it's using the exact answer to do the next operation. So I'm going to swap to a calculator and show you that. Okay, here it is. I am typing in 50 times the tangent of 30 degrees, and then I've got that exact answer there, and then divide by, so it has a and S, parentheses, tangent of 60 degrees minus tangent, and make sure you end the parenthesis there, minus the tangent of 30 degrees. And then you're going to get exactly, in double close, 25. So that's a very nice convenient number for us. So we got y equals 25. All right, so that's not our final answer though. We also have to get what x is. So now we can come back up here and use either one of these to find our x. But obviously the second one's going to be simpler. So tangent of 60 degrees is equal to x over 25. So x is just equal to 25 times the tangent of 60 degrees. So I'll just do that on my calculator real quick. 25 times the tangent of 60 degrees is about 43. So 43, because it wanted to the nearest whole. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do, because we still have to add back her height. So since it's asking to the nearest meter, we should, if you're going to round, I don't want you to round until the very end, but if you are, you should go at least one past or two past, like what you're going to your final rounding will be, because it won't affect it that much. But I'm going to put just a few here, so like 0.301 and just approximate. But I'm going to keep that in my calculator, the exact answer, and just add that 1.8 to it, because if you just would have rounded this to 43 and then added the 1.8, it actually would be the same, but it might, put it over a little more to where you would have been one off. So 43.301 yada yada plus 1.8, you get about 45. So you say plus 1.8. Okay, so the height of the cliff is going to be approximately 45 meters. And that's how you do that one. All right, guys, thanks for watching.